Hey, what's up, guys? Alex here. It's a quiet late Sunday afternoon here in North York, Toronto, and today for this episode of exploring one of our most appealing subway stations, we're gonna be checking out Finch subway station, which is the current northeastern terminus of the Line 1 Yonge University subway line. This station opened in 1974, and there are plans to extend the line all the way up to Richmond Hill. Preparatory works were underway in 2023, but full construction hasn't really started yet. So I figured they'll probably start later this year, and it might be a bit of a mess. So why don't we check out this very, very sprawling subway station with multiple entrances. This is a very, very busy transit hub with connections to local TTC buses and regional GO buses to the suburbs. Hey, look, there's one of the brand new GO buses. But before we check out the bus terminal, I want to show you guys one of the many entrances. This isn't like the northernmost entrance to get into the subway station, because there is one at that office building, but it is Sunday, so I can imagine it's closed right now. Let's go inside. This is also one of the busiest subway stations in the network. Served about 70,000 people in 2024 daily. Yeah, see? This goes out to the office building. It's closed weekends, of course, so that's why we came in through here instead. All right, let's go through this long-ass passageway. Normally, these very busy subway stations are not actually that busy during the weekends, and this is actually a perfect time. It's just around 5 p.m. I don't even know how many freaking entrances there are. But they go to pretty much almost everywhere in the area, except for the southeast corner of Yonge and Finch. There's the elevator to the bus terminal, but it's out of service. And I think this is the only subway station that's playing like classical music. I think that's to prevent loitering from happening in the station. I remember when they were playing classical music at Victoria Park and Kennedy stations, respectively. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's probably annoyed a lot of people are just standing around here. But no, they don't do that anymore. This is like mid-2010s. This goes all the way to the west side of Yonge, the passenger pickup and drop-off. And here's a map of the station itself. A map of the GO network, at least the core network. And of course, the York region and Viva bus network. And again, this is a vital connection for commuters that are heading to this far-flung suburbs of the Greater Toronto area. Mostly north, though. Because these buses pretty much take you to any part of York region, right? Markham, Richmond Hill, Vaughan, Aurora, you name it. Look, one of the brand new GO buses. I have not been on them yet. Wow. It literally just entered service, I think sometime last month. Oh, so this entrance is closed. They're doing some maintenance on the escalators. This is a Metrolinx map of the area. Oh shit, I didn't know they were doing construction here. Look at this. Oh, there it goes. Wow. So where do you have to catch the Viva Blue buses? A little bit confusing. And normally this terminal would be really, really busy during our rush hours. It's a completely different vibe right now. I didn't even know this shit was happening. So the Viva Blue buses would normally pick up passengers, drop them off here. There's no signage of where to board them. It's very confusing. There's the entrance where I came out of. I know I probably wasted time just going underground and then back up. And then there is the passenger pickup drop-off. It's yes, it's completely reorganized the whole terminal. All right, let's check inside the waiting area very quickly. Not much happening around here, except there's public washrooms. Yeah, that's the yeah, that's old though. So map of the, again, the Metrolinx map of the station and area. And also the GO bus routes that serve the terminal. Wow, so many freaking maps. Look at that. Yeah, this is all brand new stuff. Look at that. Never seen anything like this. Well, sometimes it would probably be a lot harder for me to read because, you know, it's Metrolinx standards. This would normally be the direct connection to the subway station, but of course it's closed. Escalators are out of service until April. Yeah, very weird seeing the terminal half empty, especially because of the construction. So now the only way to get to the terminal is through this stairwell here. Even the elevator's not in service. The only way to really do that is to take the elevator to the west side again, and you'll have to cross the very busy Strode. A lot of construction around here. It's crazy. There's also 3 Tim Hortons here. So here's one. This one's closed though. Yeah, so much has changed since my last visit. Or maybe they're just closer today. These only sell drinks and baked items, because they're not big enough to like have like a full-size kitchen. So this is where we are on the map right here. Of course, I gotta update this map though, because lines 5 and 6 are now open. There's the other Tim Hortons, but that's in the Fairpate area. Probably guessing the Timmy's are only open, of course, weekdays and during the day on weekends. There's also public washrooms in the station, just over there, but again, that's in the Fairpate area. There's a piece of art here. Rhythm of exotic plants. Wonder if this was installed when the station opened in 74. And then there's an entrance out to the northeast corner of Yonge and Finch. Okay, here's the one, and there's the only Tim Hortons that's open, at least for today. Again, it is a weekend, so it's not that busy here. This is another way to get out to the... There's another way to exit the station is through the North American Center complex. So you can exit through the north side over there, or the south side, and of course that's over to Yonge and Finch. And there's also a Starbucks as well. But yeah, that's the North American Center. All right, let's tap inside and check out the bus bays. Now, train just arrived, so it's getting a little bit busier now. And here's a closed collector booth. Of course, with the Presto modernization, that's actually eliminated. Oh, look, there's an old school sign here for Young 97 buses. I've seen that guy here before. Every time I'm at Finch Station, he's always there. So I have to take this somewhat long passageway to get to the TTC bus terminal. And the station is kind of in a little bit of decay here, the ceiling and stuff like that. There's another closed information booth. They should really reopen them, for information and stuff. I mean, when we had so many collector booths, it was for, people paying with tickets, tokens, cash. Well, people still pay with cash. And also, let's take the stairs, And of course, the old school Metro passes. Just almost all booths have been abandoned around the subway system because everybody uses Presto now. Okay, it is kind of busy here. There's an ambulance here too. So here you can catch the 53 Steeles East bus, and then westbound Finch buses, including the 36 and the 939 to Finch West Station. There's somebody smoking again on TTC property. And then on this side here, where you can catch the 60 or 960 Steeles West buses. And then up ahead, the eastbound 939 buses to Scarborough Center Station, as well as Kennedy Station. So this is a pretty huge bus terminal compared with like Scarborough Center, Wilson, Mount Dennis Station. Because again, this is right out in the suburbs. And so a lot of these buses feed commuters into the station from mostly, North York, Etobicoke, Scarborough. And of course, you cannot forget, like I just said, the regional bus terminal. Now let's go back inside here. There's other smaller bus routes you can take from here, the 42, the 125, and 97. But they don't actually have a board of every route that's here. All right. Now we'll head down to the subway platform and wrap up the video. There's probably some minor structural damage to the station because, again, this station is over 50 years old now, and some of the walls, ceilings, quite outdated. In fact, they did replace the walls on the subway platform back in, I think, 2020. And the original tiles of the station match those of Shepherd, York Mills, and Lawrence. Used to be gray and black, but they changed it to a pretty bland color. Oh, look at the funky yellow tiles here too. Well, yeah, that's because it's mostly around here. It's a convenience store, a flower shop. And then, of course, like I said, the public washrooms, although they're not really the greatest. Of course, you can catch. Of course, this is a terminal station, so of course you can pretty much board any train, regardless of what side it's coming on. Normally I would come here during the weekdays, and it doesn't matter what time of day, it is always very busy. There's a tail track just north of the station. Look, you got some got these blue tiles here. I wonder if they were an add-on to the station platforms. But so far, or actually for now, this is as far as it goes here. Of course, we gotta wait until the early 2030s when the line is finally extended into Richmond Hill. These are the bland walls here that replaced the 1970s design. Like I said, there's lots of old photos of this station, but of course, like many of the other station walls, this one was really deteriorating, showing its age, and they just replaced it with a very bland yellow and gray color. It doesn't even match the station at all, because most of the station is gray. You think you put like a gray color, like a white, and then like a gray trim. Kind of makes no sense. I'll get the next train. Or actually, let's get on right now. All right. So that was Finch subway station. Very huge complex.
Next station,
All right, gonna start heading home now. Guys, gotta do the laundry. But yeah, guys, that's it. So thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more videos, check out my others as well, and I'll see you guys all on the next one. Take care and peace out. Bye bye.